Some simple and effective black and white photography today using my MAMIYA RZ67, ILFORD FP4 and some of nature's green stuff and natural window light. So all this came about when my wife asked for some framed prints for the bedroom. And here is one of the Photoshop illustrations that I made. No, it's not AI. Doing this gives me an idea of the frame and print size and also the layout that we both like. There are more photographs, but let's have a bit of privacy, eh? After some thought, we both agreed on simple leaves. And it doesn't have to be fantastic. Just simple, minimalistic, framed black and white prints to fill some wall space. Personally, I don't think you can beat natural day or window light for this kind of photography, and this room is perfect for that. I wanted to shoot the photograph's portrait and not landscape, and I wanted a black background, or so I thought. I love this simple kind of photography. Other than your film, camera and lens choice, it's inexpensive to do. Daylight is free, and colour paper background rolls you can find in most craft shops, or you can use clothing, towels, dressing gowns and see how it looks as a background. I used my grey card and a spot meter for an accurate exposure, and it's returned a reading of f8 at 1/8 of a second, but because my bellows are extended I need to allow an extra stop more light, so I'll still shoot at f8. I don't want to change my depth of field, but I'll simply use the shutter speed to get more light into the camera. So instead of 1/8 of a second, I'll open up to 1/4 or 1/4 of a second. I don't want any camera vibration, so I'm going to use the cable release on the lens, which means I can flip the mirror up and then take my exposure. I've got to make sure that my film back is set to portrait orientation, get my composition, my focus, and then check the light one last time. Flip the mirror, take my exposure, and that's frame number 1 done. With frame number 2, I'm going to blow on the leaf to give it a little bit of motion blur and just to see how it turns out. And now with frame number 3, I'm going to spray the leaf with water just to get a little bit of sparkle going on. And I'm going to do exactly the same again for the next 3 frames, but at a different angle. And I'm also going to be closing my aperture down to f16 for more depth of field. So I'll need to use the shutter speed to compensate for the loss of light. And instead of 1/4 of a second, I'm going to change that to a full second exposure. Just remember, if you choose shutter speeds longer than 1 second, you'll need to allow more time for reciprocity failure. Most films have a data chart for this. Normally I'd place an object on the background and shoot down, but I thought I'd stick the leaf to the background with super glue, but it wasn't strong enough, so I went for something stronger, hot glue. And because the leaf is flat against the background, I can now open the aperture to f5.6, which means I can use a faster shutter speed. And notice that the leaf is also raised slightly from the background, which is going to give me a nice lifting shadow underneath. I'll take my first exposure and then proceed to spray the leaf with some water to give it a bit more sparkle. And I'll shoot the rest of the roll on this little scene. More saturated. With the FP4 roll exposed, I went off to the darkroom and developed the film in ILFORD's ID11, 1 part to 1 part. The first series of photographs I was far from pleased with. It was just too busy, too much background, and the compositions left a lot to be desired. But with the second series, where I glued the fern down, were much better and I could see more potential. Having the fern covering the whole frame looked okay, but I much preferred this style where we covered half of the frame with the fern and the other half showing a little bit of the background. It just breaks it up nicely. So I went for a second shoot, and this time with a lighter background. And just to break it up a bit, I chose a few more different leaves. So obviously I've got the ferns again, so these are fresh ferns. So I'll be using these ones. And I also went out, I don't know what leaves these are, but these look quite nice. I can get quite close up on these with the MAMIYA, and also this nice bright coloured whatever that is. I don't know what these are. I'm not a gardener. And a dock leaf as well. I know what these are because I used to rub these on my knees when I was a kid after I got stung by stinging nettles. This has got a nice edge to it, so I'm going to be using a dock leaf as well. So this is a nice little project that any of you guys can do at home, especially on a rainy day or something like that. If you want to go out and, you know, bring the outdoors in, see what you can do, different backgrounds, try different lighting. I'm just using natural window light that's coming through. It's not that bright today. It doesn't seem as bright as it was yesterday, but that's fine. I can just change my exposure settings a bit. So this time I'm going to pull the grey card. I'm going to use the grey card to meter from. This is accurate. So instead of putting it towards the window like I am now, I'm going to put it towards me a bit more so it just gets a little bit less light, and I'll take my exposure from there. So my metering says 1/8 of a second in between f4 and f5.6. So I'm going to go to 11.5. That's 3 stops. 1/8 of a second the meter says, so I'm going to come to 1 second. So that will compensate for my closed down aperture. Then the bellows, a little bit add for the bellows. I'll come down to f11. That should do the trick. Now some of you might be wondering why I didn't use a green filter over the lens to lighten the leaves. You'd think a green filter would complement its own colour. Well, not so. The green filter I have has always darkened my greens, so I swerved it completely. Maybe a yellow green or a yellow filter may have made a difference, but that's just an afterthought. I want 3 framed prints for the bedroom, so I've chosen these 3 photographs, and I will have to do a little bit of cropping in the darkroom, although I'm not quite sure yet on the dock leaf. A new SFLAB downloadable ebook, ideal for the black and white beginner, or even if you're looking to improve your black and white photography, packed with over 400 pages of black and white photographs and illustrations, and there's a link on how to download in the description of this video. Before I get printing, I need to cut my mount for the frames. I'm using my Logan mount cutter and Dela Roni mat boards. The frames I bought were only £6.99 each, and they came with a mount, but my prints I want to be 8" by 11", so I've no choice but to cut my own mounts. And I measured the mount slightly heavier at the bottom than at the top. So I'm in the darkroom and I've got the 3 negatives that I'm going to make prints of. I've got the Intrepid enlarger set up here. This is my 4x5 camera made into an enlarger, and I've already cut the mounts for the frames like you just saw. So I'm going to use one of those mounts as my template for making the print. So that's going to perfectly size the print for that mount. And I've got my paper. I'm going to be using ILFORD's multi-grade DELUXE satin paper. This is a resin-based paper, and this is 11x14, so that'll be perfect size for what I'm doing with this printing session. So I ended up using the negatives from the grey background, which gave better separation on the leaves. Using my Intrepid 4x5 camera as an enlarger for my 6/7 negatives is my only choice. My other enlarger, which I prefer, only prints up to 6x6 negatives. The Intrepid is a bit fiddly to set up, and I have to recheck the focus constantly as it has a bit of a habit of slipping, but once it's set up it's steady and I can crack on. I'm not using any filters under the lens. I don't need to, but when I do use filters I have to hold them in place with my hands. I've got no lens holder for the Intrepid. So it's about 25 degrees outside, I'm inside a shed and I am sweating. I've done some tests and this was the favourite one I did. No contrast filters, and this was 16 seconds f11 under that Intrepid enlarger, and it's come out exactly how I liked it. I've got some nice detail in it. It's quite sharp as well from the ID11. You've got those little tiny drops from the water, and the spray also give that background a little bit of detail to it as well, which I liked. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So I got on with the other prints and they came out beautiful as well, just as I expected. Nice tonality and that MAMIYA lens delivering bags of sharp detail. I chose the negatives where I used the water spray. I just think they added a bit more detail and also made the background less smooth. Only one change I could have made. Notice all the prints are going from top left to bottom right. Just to break it up, I could have flipped one of the negatives in the carrier, but never mind. Once the prints were dry, it was time to then get them inside the mounts and frames and get them hanged on the wall in the bedroom exactly as I planned. And for me and my wife, they look perfect on the wall. So that was a nice simple indoor project, and for a purpose as well. Those framed prints on the bedroom wall and they look great, and who knows, in a few months I might even have a little swap around, change them for something else. And you'll see these sort of photographs in hotels and other public places, just a little bit of simple wall decoration. And those leaves were also local to where I live. If I went venturing around a forest, then no doubt I would find all sorts of leaves to bring home and photograph. Also, I didn't want to have a whole leaf placed perfectly in the centre of the frame. You see that all the time. The only one I wasn't sure was the dock leaf. To me, it just sort of looked a little bit like a cabbage, so I might change that one sometime soon. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video as well if you enjoyed it. It really helps the channel grow. And a massive thanks to the guys that support me on Patreon and also the YouTube members area as well. I was going to make a longer darkroom session, but I nearly passed out with this heat in the darkroom. So anyway, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.